The sky was a bruised black canvas, dripping with the promise of rain. I could feel the weight of it pressing down like the guilt I carried. Superintendent Chalmers was coming. He always came, and I was never ready. The old house stood there, a crooked silhouette against the dying light. Like me, it had seen better days. But tonight, I had a plan. One last shot to make things right, or at least keep the mask from slipping. Chalmers. His voice cut through the thick fog of desperation that hung in the air. He was a man who'd seen the system rot from the inside out, but tonight he was here for one thing: dinner. Little did he know, he walked into a trap of my own making. I opened the door, putting on a smile as fake as the warmth I pretended to feel.
Well, Seymour, I made it, despite your directions.
Ah, Superintendent Chalmers. Welcome. I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable dinner. The words tasted like ash. A lie I'd been rehearsing since the moment I woke up this morning, knowing the meat would never meet the plate. Inside, the kitchen was a battlefield. The roast was a casualty of time and my own incompetence. Smoke curled from the oven like the sins of my past, threatening to choke me out. There was no escape now, no turning back.
Why is there smoke coming out of your oven, Seymour?
He was too sharp. Chalmers wasn't the type to miss a detail, not when it mattered. His words hung in the air like the smell of burnt meat, each syllable dripping suspicion. That isn't smoke, it's steam. Steam from the steamed clams we're having.
Yeah.
I looked at the charred remains of the roast. It was dead. A corpse. But I wasn't going to let Chalmers see the cracks in my facade. I needed a quick fix, something to keep this whole godforsaken meal from turning into a crime scene. I needed a plan. And then, like a shot in the dark, it hit me. Fast food. Greasy salvation in a paper bag. I slipped out the back into the night, into the rain. The drive-thru was a blur of neon and shadows, a quick exchange of cash for a pile of steaming lies. Burgers, they'd have to do. I served them up, disguised as if nothing had happened.
I thought we were having steamed clams.
He was on to me. The game was unraveling, but I had to keep playing, keep the lie alive. In this town, the truth was as elusive as justice, and neither were served at the dinner table. Oh no. I said steamed hams. That's what I call hamburgers.
You call hamburgers steamed hams?
The lie was unraveling, thread by thread, but I wasn't about to go down for something like this. If I was going to crash, I was going to do it with style. Aha, yes, it's a regional dialect.
What region?
He was circling me like a predator. Eyes cold, voice measured. The trap was closing, and I could feel the noose tightening around my throat. But I couldn't stop now. I had to push through the lie, no matter how thin the ice beneath me had become. Upstate New York.
Really? Well, I'm from Utica, and I've never heard anyone use the phrase steamed hams.
He had me cornered. Utica. A city I couldn't escape even if I tried. I could hear the ticking of a clock that wasn't there. My mind raced for an exit, any way out. I could almost feel the cold metal of the gun that wasn't in my hand. But I had no weapon here. Just words, and they were starting to fail me. Oh, not in Utica. No, it's more of an Albany expression. Albany. I threw it out like a lifeline, hoping it would be enough to pull me from the wreckage. But I could see the doubt in his eyes. He was too sharp for this, too seasoned. Chalmers didn't deal in dreams. He dealt in hard truths. And the truth was about to catch up with me.
I see.
He didn't see. He knew. But he let it slide. For now.
You know, these hamburgers are quite similar to the ones they have at Krusty Burger.
Oh no, patented Skinner burgers. Old family recipe. The lie clung to the air like smoke, suffocating the room. But Chalmers wasn't fooled. His eyes narrowed, like a detective who had just cracked the case.
4 steamed hams.
Yes.
Yes, and you call them steamed hams despite the fact they are obviously grilled.
The bullet. It hit square between the eyes. He had me. But I couldn't let him see the wound. I had to stay calm, stay composed. I was in too deep now. You know, one thing I should. Excuse me for 1 second. I had to get out, had to find some way to escape this nightmare. The kitchen was a crime scene. The roast, a charred body hidden beneath layers of deception. And now flames licked at the curtains. The fire was spreading.
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
The truth was burning down around me. But I couldn't let him see it. Not yet. Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis. At this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes. It was madness. But madness was all I had left.
That's it?
No. Silence. The kind that stretched on for miles. Chalmers stood there, the weight of the lie pressing down on both of us. He knew. But we played our parts, like actors in a bad drama, waiting for the curtain to fall.
Well, Seymour, you are an odd fellow, but I must say, you steam a good ham.
And just like that, he was gone. Out the door into the night. The storm still raged outside, but inside the fire had consumed everything. I watched his silhouette fade into the rain. The darkness swallowed him up, leaving me alone with the wreckage of what I'd done. The lie still hung in the air, thick as the smoke that curled from the kitchen. But I had survived. For now. And in this town, survival was the best you could hope for.